So it's been a while since I've made a video on this channel that isn't just a live stream upload, so apologies for that to begin with. I've just been busy with my dog, different vet issues, things like that. But I'm back. Since we last made a video, InZOI is now out in early access, and I've been playing it. And this video today is a little speed build. The third time sort of I played with the build mode, which is actually quite difficult, but hopefully it will get easier with time. This is just like a little starter lot. Just a heads up, the budget in the game is really high. We have lots of money left over when the build is finished, and it's quite a nice house. Well, nice in terms of the amount of stuff, not the build itself. But hopefully you enjoy this build, and let's get on with it. So we're loaded into the lot now. So this is one of the lots that you can build on when you start an InZOI. I have to admit, it's nice to be able to finally build on a lot with grass and like surrounding areas, because in the demo it was just sort of like a blue sort of box that you could build in, which was a little bit frustrating. So I do struggle a little bit with the roofing in this house, because there's no auto roofs, which is the same as Sims 4, but the roofs seem to be slightly more difficult in InZOI. The controls are different, which, like, when you're so used to playing Sims 4 for 10 years, it's kind of like, wow, you know, this is difficult. But I did a very basic roof. I kind of tried to mimic the surrounding roofs. These are all shells, by the way. It was a little bit disappointing to go into the game and see there wasn't very many neighbours. And you have to meet them first in the street before you can get them to answer the door. That's a bit strange. But I suppose in real life you wouldn't just show up to people's houses. There's lots of opinions I have on InZOI, and obviously I'm going to go over some of them today while we do this build. But I am loving it. I think graphically it's a great game. This is not the highest graphics either. Because I actually live streamed this originally, I have to turn the graphics down slightly so I just don't have massive strain on my PC. I don't have the most powerful computer. If you are interested in my specs, I believe they're in my bio. I'll try and make a mental note to add them to my bio if not. But if not, if you look at me on Twitch, you'll see them there because they're definitely in my bio on Twitch. So it's not the best specs in the world, but not the worst. So I do have to turn the graphics down. So just a FYI, I suppose, that it's not the highest graphics settings that you can have. I just really wanted to build a starter house. I just picked a random Zoi from like the Pick and Zoi area. I don't know what it's called. I'm just trying not to use Sims references because it's not the Sims. So it's not like it's not a bin of Sims, it's a bin of Zois. But I do love it. I think because it's new, it's really interesting. There's lots of cool items. There's not enough items though. It does feel very base gamey. In the demo, I kind of didn't realize how little objects there was. Now I'm actually playing the game and I'm like wanting to add things to my Zoi's house. I'm realizing how little there is in the game, but hopefully they'll add more for free and they'll add things as paid DLC. There's nothing wrong with paid DLC, especially if it's a certain theme or add certain features. I do love the world though in InZOI. I do generally feel like it's a pretty cool world. Like there's a lot going for it, I think. Like in like this, the lot I'd actually put my Zoe in, so like the version of me, Lewis, is like near a like burger shop, and it's really cool just to drive. And I don't know if you've played the game yet, but you can like drive manually the cars or like GTA style, and it's a lot of fun. There's lots of fun things about this game. There's lots of like promising things, but there's some things that aren't great, like apologies me sniffling. I've edited this 4 times. I have a cold, we're just gonna have to ignore it, unfortunately. But where was I going with that? The lighting is what I wanted to talk about. I feel like the lighting isn't great inside. I did have people in stream at the time that I was making this. I did do this on stream, I said earlier. I've cut the video and had to come back, so I'm probably going to repeat things. I apologise. But I was told in stream that it was due to performance they made that decision, because I watched early access of the game and it looked a lot better than it does in its current build that's on early access. By early access I mean the people that got it early in about August, so over a year, almost a year ago. I'm rubbish at landscaping. It's Sims, it's InZOI. I'm rubbish at it. I'm watching myself as well, like the face cam, and I'm like pulling some right faces because I'm just so confused where everything is. Excuse me. lots. I was getting so confused with this, like, and I decided to do a backyard, and then later on I realised you can't just draw flooring. You have to like put individual like pieces, and it's really frustrating. And you're going to see that later on. That I do get a little bit frustrated with it. Feel like that was a very odd choice on their behalf. I'm certainly able to give them feedback about the game. Whether they listen to me or not, I'm very open to give feedback. Here I'm like trying to get rid of that roof. I was like, no, I want it just above the door. But it wouldn't place there. I was alt placing it. There's just no way to freely place. They're going to add cheats to the game, and I feel like they're going to replicate the Sims cheats. So hopefully going forward, and I ended up removing this. Sorry, I'm going off subject again. I ended up removing this because it's not easy to do swatches. They really need to just have preset swatches for things instead of you going in and picking the colours, because it's a little bit hard. Like, it's like you're forced to do creative style continuously. And I know that that is a flex for this game, but it's not. In this scenario, it's like I'm really struggling to get a colour, and I'm really struggling to match it to the roof. And I find that's a little bit difficult in the game. And I don't enjoy that. I wish there was certain things that were there for you. Like this door, why can't I just pick a white, black, light wood, dark wood? I have to go in and manually slide it, and that's just a little bit annoying, really. But it is what it is, and I was adding lights and it was doing nothing, and I even went into the game. I don't know if I'm keeping it in this video, but I did actually go and play the game. Just slightly, I just went in, got her to go inside, and the lights didn't change. I thought maybe it was just in build mode it was going to be like that, but it wasn't. And I was having a really hard time as well with this, because things count as an individual piece. Now, I was talking on stream at this time, I was saying on stream, how do you change the top of the half wall? Like, that wood is not the vibe. I want to do this room white or like black. And it just wasn't the vibe of that wood, and I was going to have to pick wood in the end. At this point, I was like, you see how the wood is ruining the vibe of the room? But it's an individual piece, so you have to manually click things. I was clicking the wall, but if you actually click the top of that half wall, you can change the colour, and I did figure that out. It probably looks really quick on here, but it was a little while on stream that I was trying to figure that out. And here I'm getting another wall out to see if I can do it. In the end, I figured it out just by touching the top of it, and I don't know how I did that. I just accidentally did it, and I was quite pleased to have changed that, because it's a learning curve. Like, I really wanted this wall, and then I was like, wait, but that's not going to match. And I did the shower white, I did everything white, and I was like, wait, this is not going to match. But we did figure it out. You see, now I've figured it out. I'm like, wow. And on stream, I was like, guys, I did it, because I was waffling on about this for the longest time, but I did it in the end. I do love the realism of the game. A lot of people are saying like, oh, it looks like GTA, and like I get that, and I agree with that, but I like it. It's a nice change from The Sims. It's different. It makes me want to play it. If it was exactly the same as The Sims, there would be no incentive to play it. There would be no like difference, and it's a lot of fun. It's very different. If you are on the fence of InZOI, as I was saying to people in the stream, I think it's a fair price. It's £35, which is cheaper than what The Sims 4 launched at. Okay, The Sims 4 wasn't early access, but I would say it technically was. It was missing so much. You didn't really release games early back then. Nowadays, it's a lot more appropriate to release a game under early access. It's more funding, I think they do that because they get the money and then they can work on it from there. But technically, Sims 4 would be nowadays early access, how it released then, because it was really poor. This is more worth it, but there's a lot to be desired in the game, and I would never make a judgment of whether you should get the game or not. Hopefully watching videos, I'm sure you've seen videos. If you stumbled across this one, you've probably seen other InZOI videos, but hopefully these videos do give you a sort of idea. And I did say that on stream, there's a reason why I'm doing different sort of things in the game. I'm testing it to its limits on stream. So if you want to watch any more InZOI content, the best place to find any InZOI content from me would be on Twitch. Just because I go live on there. I prefer to stream rather than do videos. It's just my preferred thing. I like making videos, I like streaming, but I prefer to stream. I like engaging with people. It feels like you're talking to nobody when you do videos, so it's a little bit harder, but I'm very new to this, so off subject. But if you want to see more InZOI content from me, you can check it out on Twitch, the purple app. Don't know if you're allowed to say it on here, but I've said it now and I'm not editing it out. I've been going in and checking on people's lives. It feels like the consensus everyone is feeling the same way about it. The lighting is driving me insane. That taxi that's outside the house doesn't move. It's like a static object. And it really annoys me because like taxis don't hang around. Put a car there, like a fake car, not a taxi. Taxis wouldn't be sat there unless they're implying that my Zoe is a taxi driver. Here I was really struggling because the lighting is so bad inside, but I feel like the Sims 4 launched this way. And they ended up improving the inside lighting. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get an improvement to the lighting because it is not the vibe at the moment. I do love the amount of customization. It is really open-ended. The way you can just pick the duvet, the pillows, the everything. It is a lot of fun, but it just is a little bit more hard work if you're a newbie. And we're all newbies to InZOI. There's nobody that is a pro at InZOI at the moment. There'll be always someone that is an amazing builder because that's just how it is. You're a builder or you're not. I feel like if you can't build it in Sims, you can't build it in Zoe. It's sort of the same. But I try my best. I'm intermediate, as they would say, I think. I love the way that the items almost have a realism to them, like the people. These wardrobes and that seem a bit too small. I have done a build video before. I think it's already up on my YouTube. I think it's just a live stream. I was making a joke because that literally looks like the unit behind me that I've just placed. But it's like they're really small, but then there's always a small. This is the small wall height, and everything just feels a little bit still too small. And that gap between the door, as you can see my mouse, I was like, I don't know if you should be able to get in. So I did. Sorry for yawning. I'm not editing. I was like, can she get in? I did test it, and it was so disappointing because when I went and did the garden, like the lighting is stunning, the outside lighting of the game is amazing, the way the Zoys look outside is amazing, but they just have no lifeness to them inside, it feels like, and I just think it's a bit disappointing. These chairs are stunning. I went in straight away and did them the same green as I did the walls. I think it's too much green. I hated this room. I went back and looked at this build and I'm like, I hate this room so much. But I'm not actually going to play in this one. This is just a fun. I was testing the budget, like what can we actually get away with a starter budget. And this is what you got, and there was lots of money left. And I did say to the people that were chatting to me that I think maybe there's a lot of money because cars are quite expensive in InZOI, and you kind of need a car. Or they maybe are aware people are getting cars because of the lack of cars in The Sims. So maybe that's why, because once you do buy a car, your money is pretty drained. So that could be why. And I wasn't going to go and try and max this budget out. I left it. I think it left on about 20,000, 19 maybe. Nothing really costs a lot from here on out. Everything going forward that I place is pretty cheap. So the money doesn't dip. I'm sure it was 20,000 that was left. But we'll see anyway together. I did this yesterday. So I'm re-watching it back. I'm kicking myself under my desk like, Lewis, why did you make these decisions? That kitchen is atrocious, but you know. Should I upload this to Canva? Can you upload things to Canva like this? I don't know. You'll have to let me know. I'm obviously a complete newbie. I went on Canva and I downloaded like Sabrina Carpenter and Chapel Roan, and it was so much fun. They look literally just alike, and I literally had the most fun with it. Like, it was so funny. Like, I'm having a proper blast with InZOI. I didn't stream it today because I was playing other games on stream, but I have had the most fun. I feel like that's a school actually out there. I didn't really look around. But it's Monday tomorrow. Is anyone doing anything nice? This will be going up on Monday, so it will be Monday today. So happy Monday you got there. Hopefully you're watching this when your day's over. I will be live streaming the Nintendo Direct on Wednesday, and I'll be uploading it to YouTube ASAP, as quick as I can. I'm going to do thoughts and predictions beforehand, and then I'm actually going to watch the stream live. I'm still rubbish at recording audio and sound or anything. Like, I'm just a technophobe. I don't like editing. That's why you're gonna see me yawn. It's not because I'm tired, it's because I'm really sensitive to light and I have to have lights on me. I've not put all the lights on because I just can't. I'd be yawning a lot more than I already am. Here we are, really struggling. If you could alt place, it would be fine. But it doesn't let you alt place them overlapping, they can't touch. And I was like, I gave up. I just did a tiny little bit. And then they didn't match. I was like, no, I'm not doing this. And I deleted it, or I just did this because I thought that is a patio. Like, If it was raised, it would probably look a bit better, but I was quite happy with this considering the way it is. I don't know if they're ever going to change this now. I feel like it's embedded into the DNA of the game. I don't like that. I want to be able to draw custom paths, custom pieces outside. That's a little bit unfortunate that they did go that way, but they're making a different game. They're purposely not trying to be like The Sims. I feel like, and good for them because the game is fun, and I think that a lot of people are enjoying it. We have critiques, like I said, but we have critiques about The Sims 4, so it's kind of a double-ended sword with that one. I was quite impressed because when I first did InZOI, the demo that came out, I went live and I did it. It was really late at night, to be fair. It was midnight, and I was downloading it and doing it on stream. And it was the first time I got like quite an audience in my stream. And I was like really like overexcited by the fact that people were joining my stream and that it was like fun hype because it was a new game. I hadn't played any InZOI at all, not even the first demo that came out beforehand. And I was making a build and it was just sucking. But this one I feel like was better. This is probably a build I would do in Sims 4. I feel like it looks better in Sims 4 when you do a build. I made this room a little bit too big. I need to learn that it doesn't have to be so big. I'm always in the mindset, because it's always can move around with the WASD, to make it bigger, but you don't need to. I've played this game now, I know. So it'll only get better. And maybe I need to make it upstairs rather than trying to put everything downstairs. It's probably a lot nicer looking if you had a smaller downstairs and a smaller upstairs. But this won't be the last build you see. Oh, God, maybe I do need to edit the walls out. I'm totally not going to do it. I'm here for real vibes, if you like real vibes. And me frothing at the mouth as well. If you're here for real vibes, then stick around, because I'm a real person. But I feel like I'm going to do more builds. I'm going to do one with a 2-story. I've done no 2-story builds yet in InZOI. Yes, I have done 2-story builds in InZOI. I uploaded it already on YouTube. I've not done any since the game's come out, so like actual playable rather than just a little demo. So yeah, I will do one, and I'll stop lying by saying that I've done something that I've totally done on stream already. We're coming to the end of the build now, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And hopefully you think this is an okay build, and I hope you're enjoying InZOI, and I will see you all in the next video. Let me know any ideas for builds, any ideas for content. I would really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to this channel. I'm probably going to say it at the end anyway, but thanks so much, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for watching that video today, and hopefully you're enjoying InZOI. Please let me know in the comments if you like InZOI or what you think about it, and if you like content like this and what you're looking forward to in the roadmap for InZOI. Hopefully you enjoyed me like attempting to build today. Not the best builder in The Sims, I'm not the best builder in InZOI, certainly not, but have a great week, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.